It is another brand new week, and welcome to another brand new episode of our weekly devotion with yours truly. You know, as a psychologist, there are many times patients who come to me and said, I am not good enough. I am not smart enough, not skilled enough, not capable enough, not talented enough, not attractive enough, and not thin enough. Basically, they were self-beating, they're beating themselves down with all these negative thoughts that they have about themselves. And so today, if you're one of those that have all these negative self-doubt, I want to encourage you. Now, these are thoughts, these are not feelings. You see, the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so whatever that we think, it becomes true in our lives. Thoughts determine our feelings determine our attitudes. So we must be careful about what we think about ourselves. Many of these patients will actually, could trace why they feel that they're not good enough, because as a child, the parents compare them with other siblings, other perhaps the cousins and everybody else, and told them that you are never good enough, you are not good enough, you will not amount to anything. And these thoughts then resonates in our, these words then resonates in our mind, and it became a filter. So every attempt that God is wanting to use you to do something significant, then that filter will block that and say that I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, not handsome enough, not articulative enough, and not tall enough. And therefore we reject every opportunity that's out there for us to do something significant. Many times, as a result of our thoughts, we then resign to the fact that we are not good enough. And so life is then a sham, and then we are often ashamed of ourselves. Well, today, if you're feeling this way, I want to encourage you with a story in the Bible that's found in Judges chapter 3 about this man by the name of Shamgar. The Bible only dedicated one verse about him and what he did, just one verse, and it was found in Judges chapter 3 verse 31. After Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anath, who struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad. He too saved Israel. An ox goad is a tool, a farmer tool, which is about 8 feet long. It is not something that the farmer carries. It is this thing here. It's tied to the handle that will guide, the handle that guides the ox. And the sharp pointed end here then will be the one that's plowing the ground. And this is what Shamgar used to kill 600 Philistines. He possibly wasn't wealthy, he doesn't have a lot of resource, and he doesn't have a team of army that was helping him to fight the Philistines. And he stood up and said, well, somebody can do something, got to do something about it. Why not me? And so whatever that he had, this tool, he used it, he fought the enemy. Perhaps he was just a farmer, and he struck down 600 Philistines with this tool here, the ox goad. And the Bible said he too saved Israel. You see, God used that one man with a simple tool to drive out the enemies. One man killing 600 Philistine soldiers. God can use you too. But what stopped us from being used by God? Our thoughts. I am useless, I'm not good enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not articulative enough, my nose is too big, my ears is too small, my neck is too thick, whatever complaint that we have, all these complaints will stop us from God using us and from us doing something that may be significant. When you said I'm not good enough, many times when my patients said that I'm not good enough, I may surprise them by saying, that's true. That's true. And they will look at me in shock. What? You agree? Yeah, I agree, because I myself is not good enough. You know what? Nobody in this world is good enough. And if we adopt this, that means we take this positively, right? We don't resign to the fact that I am not good enough, but we can take this positively and say, I am not good enough, but I can do something about this. Let this be your baseline, and not go into a free fall. I'm not good enough, I will never do anything. Okay, I am not good enough, I can learn. I am not good enough, I can do something about it. And as a Christian, If you're not good enough, you know what? God is saying, I am with you. I'm here with you and for you. And with me, you are good enough. Because you know what? 10 fingers prayer, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You have 10 fingers? This is our prayer, right? This is me. The first 5 fingers is about me. I can do all things. But we don't stop here. We stop here, that means we are doing it on our own. But it is the 6th finger that changes everything through Christ. And Christ is the 7th finger. Can you see number 7 here? And see the letter J here? Through Christ who strengthens me. And me and God in collaboration, power. And if you say that you're not good enough, hey, it might be true. But with God, we are enough. The story of Shamgar can encourage us to start where we are. We don't compare ourselves to others and say, oh, that guy, he's taller, he can do more. That guy can speak better, he can do more. It doesn't matter what others have. Start where you are and then use what you have. All of us have some kind of talent, and you can develop that and you can use that. Start where you are, use what you have, and do all you can. Don't let people tell you that you cannot, but you can if you start where you are, use what you have, do all you can, and then you can do something significant. Just like what they mentioned, how they mentioned about Shamgar. He too saved Israel. You know what? You too can do something significant. Don't let your thoughts pull you down. Is your life a sham? Are you ashamed of yourself? If you think that your life is a sham, or you're ashamed of yourself, remember the story of Shamgar. He was just a poor farmer. He used a simple tool, but he ruled Israel as one of his 12 judges. Well, as you go about this week, always remember, start where you are, use what you have, and do all you can. May the Lord bless you. Have a good week ahead. Ciao.